It's your boy Johnny.
Yo, Johnny, how you doing?
Good. I got the call being
Uh,
recorded, so just so you know, we're gonna it'll be for the interview right here.
yeah, okay, all Gucci.
All right. So first things first, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me a bit about yourself. Like yourself as skating and everything, and how you got into it, whatever, and just a little bit about yourself and how you got into pharmacy and how you started working with them and whatnot. Just a little bit
Okay,
of story time.
okay. Yeah. Well, my name's Matt Allen, and I pretty much started skateboarding, looking up to my bigger brother Mike, and he, was like 12 years older than me, so it's kind of a big stretch to try to be like him, and that's kind of where I get my drive from with skating. So yeah, man, of course, just older brother, influenced by everything he did with like whatever Spider-Man comics or skating or hanging with his friends, and the main thing I liked was like they would go out at night, him and all his homies, and like gather in the van or the car or whatever and like go skate a parking lot or something, and it just felt like a cool crew thing to do.
Okay.
So that's like what drew me into it. Besides like all the mainstream stuff with like X Games and Thrasher and Transworld magazine at that time. So yeah, that was like kind of everyone was getting into skateboarding at that time, but it was still like made fun of. It was still not like it is today. It was way more rare. It's like, oh, what? You're gonna try to be a skateboarder? Like teachers would be like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work out. So it was kind of like something you just had to want so bad back then. There wasn't as much money in it at all. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely relate to that one. Okay, so
yeah.
go ahead and if you don't mind, how'd you actually end up managing Pharmacy Long Beach or getting into pharmacy in general?
So Pharmacy Boardshop opened in 1997 out in Hesperia, and it was this little store like right off the freeway, and I was going to the other skate shop in town and just getting more and more into skating, and my brother knew Donnie, the owner of Pharmacy. They were like closer in age, like I think my brother's like a couple years older than him, so he was like, yeah, check out this guy's shop. And so we went in, checked it out, and I remember that day just kind of picking up a World Industries hat or something, like, and just seeing how hard Donnie was working, like to maintain that thing. Like you could just see it in his work ethic. Like he was doing the damn thing as like a 19-year-old. So that was my first interaction with Pharmacy Boardshop. And yeah, man, I was like, this is cool. Like, you know, and then after that, I would just kind of like skate. And the next time I would really like interact with them was, probably buy some shoes or something. And eventually they had like opened, or they had went to there's like a roller skating rink in Victorville, and so they had went there and they set up these like skate nights, so you could skateboard in the roller skating rink with all these dope ass obstacles like bump to boxes, and they even had like a little handrail down kind of makeshift loading dock, and just all this cool shit at out of the sun at night with other skaters. So that was when I would like go and you pay to go skate, just like you would to go roller skate, but then you could like interact with people from the shop or just and that's kind of when I had met Brian Herman. He was on the team at that point. He was like maybe 13 years old and I was 12, so that kind of like kept me like, oh wow, he's sponsored, like he's doing it, that's how do I do that. So yeah, I would just you know, bug him and hang with him and ask him questions about it. So yeah, Brian Herman was kind of my road dog in the beginning, and Donnie was just, you know, the head dog, but also like such a good friend and just down to help you with trying to get sponsored or trying to meet people to skate, or you know, he he would send our sponsor videos out and stuff. So yeah, he's definitely been holding it down, and everyone over there, you know, with him, Donnie, Jeremy, um, you know, all the OGs at that time were like, they just had a house, and it was a vibe. You know, it was basically my introduction into the skateboarding lifestyle and culture. You know, like at a really early age, I was like 12 years old. So
Wow.
so yeah, those dudes were just doing it, man, and it wasn't that big of a scene in the desert, but just that shop alone helped the community, you know, grow with something that's like hard to get back then. There was no Amazon, there was no online ordering really from many skate shops, so you had to go into the shop to get your fix, and that's why it's called Pharmacy Boardshop, because when you know you need your little support, or you need to go see what's the newest magazine, or just duck out and check out what the new shoes are, they were the cure. They were the cure for that skate addiction. And yeah, it's that's pretty much the spot to go to, you know, in the desert, and back then in Victorville. And so yeah, now we got them. I think there's 11. So
Wow. That's major growth right there. I really love how you touched on like the pharmacy name and how it incorporates with like skateboarding as like a cure, and coming to the shop is like picking up your medicine, you know, picking up your prescription. And I relate to that heavily. I've always felt like going to the skate shop has been like my second home, like a form of like my medicine, my second form of medication.
yeah, for sure. It's just a cool place to be as a teenager, you know, when you're at that age trying to fit in,
Yeah.
and maybe you don't want to do sports, or you're just anti whatever, like mainstream culture, or just really like skating like I did. That was your spot to just learn about it. You know, you got to learn about it somewhere. There's got to be a bridge from like wanting to get into it and then having a skate crew. It doesn't just like, you know. So that was the bridge.
Okay. So like really I'm really hyped on that right there. For everything in that aspect of everything too. So I would want to redirect a little bit, and then let's tap into some nitty-gritty of what it takes to for your from your experience and your truth in running the shop or running a shop or anything like that. So I'd ask like what's what's something about running a shop that nobody outside the industry would understand?
Oh, nobody outside the industry would know about running a skateboarding shop.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Um, I guess it would just be uh, how much effort's really involved in like doing everything that it takes to create a scene for skateboarding. Because skateboarding is not as built up as any of these other, you know, main stores, like main sporting goods stores, or you know, like, so we have to kind of draw a lot of people in, you know, when it's slow times, or it's, you know, say we're just like skateboarding stagnant. That's the biggest thing I don't think people understand is skate shops are keeping the vibe strong, you know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of like so important to do it, because that's where kids go, and they're influenced by people doing it, and it gives them some belief, you know, something like, okay, they could do this. So yeah, I would say it's really a real job, you know. It's a skate shop. Yes, it's fun, but there's also, you know, we do everything kind of organizations and companies do. We run reports and we have payroll, and we we aim for growth. So yeah, I would say it's a business too. It's not just like a
Numbers
I don't know,
bad,
like
something like that.
it is. I would say it is what the industry people make it. Like everything in skateboarding is what the people in it make it. You know, it's their vision and their kind of like passion come to life, and that's kind of yeah, it's hard. You know, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but
Right.
I definitely thought, you know, going into it is like, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna do this, and it totally is all that. It's fun, but I wasn't expecting it to be so much at once. You know, it can be overwhelming at times with content pressure, and you know, you want to do your best job. So I would say that, like, there's real pressure there, even though it seems so you know, people are like, oh, this job seems so easy. It's like it can be, but once you're managing it, then it's like, whoa, all right, let me like compare how other brands are operating, and try to, you know, keep it fun. That's the hardest part, is keeping it fun while juggling everything. So
Okay. All right. So what would you say managing the shop has taught you about skateboarding that you may not have understood while you were like developing as a person, or just like as a skateboarder in general?
what has it taught me about developing as a person? Just, you know, how you respond to things is key, and to kind of instantly look for a solution, instead of the opposite and freak out. Yeah, I mean, it taught me a lot about my personality. You know, I'm a pretty mellow person, but we all have our crash out moments, and
Right.
those that know me know, when I crash out, like, I trust my friends to just vent it all out around them. You know, so so yeah, it's taught me a lot about myself. It's taught me how fast time can go by, because it is a really fun thing for me. Like, if I wasn't going to be a pro skateboarder, you know, I always wanted to work at the shop. That was like my plan A. So skateboarding was always like kind of like just such a high goal that was like, I'm going to do that. But like, you know, if I got to work, I'm going to work in skateboarding.
That part, I love that. Okay. So now let's see if we can give everybody kind of like a history lesson, but incorporating, you know, some kind of like fine details, I'd say, in a sense. What would you think Pharmacy got right that other skate shops may have got wrong?
Just the community, you know, just how down they are to do all these dope ass parties and any type of event, and any type of, like, you know, just how down they are, like how hardcore they are for it, because it's Pharmacy Boardshop. You know what I mean? This isn't like a Tilly's or like a fucking Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, it's catered to skateboarding. It's Pharmacy Boardshop. So I think staying true to that, no matter what, you know, happens economically, and even when it's slow, still doing events. And I think that's what you know, they kind of continue to do. So yeah, man, it's just a bunch of cool people. We all have love for the industry, for skating, for streetwear. You know, we're all a bunch of desert people, most of us. So it's more of like a laid back approach, but we're gonna try hard at it. You know, we're not gonna, like, we're with our friends, so it's that much more relaxing to talk about these business things and stuff, because it's like we actually are a small group of friends, and just communicate. You know, I think communication is huge with that. Like, once we started doing these, we do like these little meetings, like once a couple weeks, And
Okay.
yeah, we just rap out over these Zoom meetings and get other managers' input, and like, so we toss around ideas, and that's what keeps us going. Just kind of like the community that pharmacy is. Like, it's such a strong, passionate community for skateboarding that, you know, that's, yeah, I just have full confidence in it, and that's why I'm so proud to be a part of it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wanted to be around. Like, these guys knew what they were doing. You know, at a young age, I was like, this is gonna be sick. So
Okay. Okay. So, what part of pharmacy's history would you say people don't talk enough about?
part of their history that they wouldn't talk much about. Just how, like, I mean, how fun it is. Like, we're all just hanging out. You know what I mean? Like, we've known each other for like 30 years almost at this point, some longer. So um, it's just hard to think of like some one detail, um, something no one would know. Um,
I mean, even for myself, like I didn't even really kind of know who was behind pharmacy. Like a lot of people kind of thought that the face of pharmacy, like for me growing up, I kind of got it like mixed up with like guys like Herman when the Hollywood shop opened.
yeah.
So I would say that like I do appreciate you mentioning Donnie and everything. And how
Oh yeah.
what he's
He's
done.
the guy. Him and his partner Jared that started it. They just, they just went in on it, and but they were working at the time, at this glass plant, and yeah, they just both were like, hey, and so yeah, Donnie had a whole vision, while I think he was locked up for a little bit or something, something minor, and when he was in there, he had thought of, a skate shop idea, and maybe call it Slow Ride, or maybe call it Pharmacy, and then so yeah, he stuck with Pharmacy. But yeah, I mean, definitely Brian is like a face of pharmacy. That's our guy. That's like him, Boo, Keelan, everybody, Enzo, all the pros are like what makes it so cool.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And like they were doing events with like Zero, and they would get Jamie Thomas and Jim Greco out there, and
Legend.
so they were bringing the industry to the desert. Wow. And they've always done that. Like, so yeah, I think that's key. And but yeah, I would say it's just a small family franchise. It's a big deal in skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more to me than other people, but it's recognized in skateboarding, and yeah, it's not like some corporate thing. It's uncorporate. That's the best thing I could say, is it's super uncorporate.
I love that. That is very, very important to iterate and reiterate to the public for sure. So definitely, with all that in mind, let's buckle down on the Long Beach shop specifically. So like, why Long Beach and why does Pharmacy belong there? Sorry, there's a train nearby where I'm at.
Oh, it's all good. There's like some sirens over here all the time.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's really
Long. So, well, Pharmacy Long Beach. Let's see. There was Boo Johnson was living here downtown, and there was also like a couple other guys using this address for like JSLV stuff, and I think a couple other brands. So it was like kind of already like a skate vibe in this building off Pine Avenue.
Right.
Same building we're in right now. So
I remember that live over there.
yeah, and this was like before I was out here, but there was notorious parties in that building. Like
I've heard a few stories.
After parties and all this dope stuff where people would go. So it was already like a vibe, and they were like, hey, why don't we just turn this into a skateboarding shop downstairs?
Perfect.
And And I remember when they were talking about opening it, I was working at a Hesperia store, and I was just like, oh, Long Beach, like I used to live here, like back when I rode for Foundation, I would always, couch surf here at like Dave Huang and Tony Silva's house, and
Wow.
Angel Ramirez would stay there with us. Like we were all like
Shout out.
trying to make it, little groms. And so I was like, oh, what, Pharmacy Long Beach? Like I wanna work there. Like I like Long Beach. So yeah, that's how that came about. And fast forward, the manager that they hired had left. He had to do some he had let, I don't know exactly. I think he had just stopped working here. So they're like, hey, we need a manager. Do you want to manage Pharmacy Long Beach? And I was like, yes. I like didn't even think about it. I just full committed. Like, so that was like 6.5 years ago. So I went up on 7 years, at least 7 years in October. So yeah, I just was asked and just kind of and just finally found the spot.
Okay. So what makes the Long Beach skate scene different from like the rest of Greater Los Angeles or like South Bay Area or even Orange County?
Well, Long Beach is
Or even the desert.
yeah. I mean, the desert's dope. It's my home. When I'm but Long Beach is like the weather is just almost opposite. There's not too much wind. It's not too cold. It's never like 110 degrees. Never that hot. So this was always like where I would come and stay for skateboarding. So yeah, I would say that, and just it's kind of got everything. It's got the beach. It's got all these melting pot of ethnicities and just all these cool influences, and people outside working out and people jogging or riding their bike. Like it's just like a vibe. It's separated from everything. Like it's its own LB County. That's what a lot of people don't realize about it. It's that cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really interesting to point all that out. So what would you say in that case that Pharmacy Long Beach represents to local skaters in Long Beach?
And we represent basically the bridge I'm talking about, from how do I like this, to like how do I do this, how do I be a skateboarder. And we're there to size you up, get your board size right, whatever brands you want to rock. We're there to be your friendly neighborhood pharmacy, like, and be a meetup spot. Come figure out where you want to skate, plot out what spots you want to hit, or maybe you got to just get out of the sun for a little bit. It's fucking hot. Come cool off in the shop for a little. It's
Yeah.
We're there for the community too, not just skateboarding. Like the whole community. Like we deal with anyone and everyone. So that's
Exactly.
what we're here for, is like to be a shop. Everybody's little swag shop, skate shop, hang out, freaking meetup spot, whatever.
I love that. So it's like it's not limited to the beginner, the local, the sponsored skater, or the collector. It's for everybody. Yeah.
It's for anybody, yeah, and that's what can be kind of intimidating about going into a skateboard shop, especially if you don't skate. You don't want to feel like an outcast. So that's what we do, is we connect with people. We're like, hey, we're on your level. We're not some like crazy culture that's hard to talk to or bad. Like we're skateboarders are all friendly. So that's what we have to keep up in the skate shops, is accepting people. We can't be all in group, like skateboarders only. Like, are you kidding me? Like not everybody wears or rides a skateboard, like, but everybody needs shoes and clothes and stuff, and that's what we are. We're like a retail shop. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's basically like I've heard it time and time again. Like everyone that comes in the store is like, "Oh man, you guys are so cool, and you guys have such sick merch, and like, oh, this is dope." Like it's hard for them to walk out. They always spot something they like, you know. So that's why we're so much different. Is we engage people. We're like walk around with them. I don't know, like, but yeah, it's a vibe, dude, and it's hard to get into it. So um, that's the thing is like once you come in the shop a couple times, you'll see it's like it sucks you in. It's like a black hole. A good black hole. It's like one that will feed your soul and
Yeah, definitely.
keep you hyped to skate or go out at night or something. You know, you'll be looking fresh. So that's our responsibility is to keep that shop, keep it. Oh, we got a lawnmower started. Keep it fresh and you know keep the community events going and like I just obsess about it, dude. Like it takes that much of like to balance it all. So if you know you want to do it, you can do it. It's just like anything in life. It's just it won't be easy until it's easy.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So now I really do want to start asking the kind of the as what I'd call the uncomfortable questions.
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
I'm an open book.
I love that. I appreciate you for that big time. So to start, what would you say is the biggest problem facing either pharmacy or skate shops right now?
Oh, bro, the biggest problem facing skate shops right now is number one, we got Amazon and everybody just shopping, you know, from their home so much so easily that people forget that we actually need that social interaction with these things we love. Like buying shit don't make us feel good. You know, it's not like a emotional connection, and that's what we're all kind of doing right now. You know, that's why so many retail stores are closing, and so yeah, I'd say that the Amazon thing, the online, but also, you know, it's kind of there's more distraction now than ever. Like when I was a kid, uh, I would I would skate. That was my main hobby. Like now you can have so many hobbies and ride an electric skateboard or whatever. So there's just all these temptations to do other things. But mainly like yeah, I think kids and everyone is kind of so quick to jump onto the online and get it right now um, and fuck, dude, it's just like that shit is tough on the shops. Like so, yeah, it's hard to say like one or two things. Besides just the industry changes, it goes up, it goes down, but it's definitely been down before. So we try to learn from those mistakes. I mean, skateboarding is a young business. It's still super young. It's not even fucking 100 years old yet.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like those things, and the price has gone up. That's why we try to keep it price point. Like have $110 completes. Like make it easy for someone to come get into it.
And yeah, exactly. Like that. Yeah, that kind of the all I can definitely say for myself is those kind of deals and sales that you guys always have literally contributed so much to like my kind of like economic situations when I've needed to just be able to skate. Like or like when I think I remember the first setup that I got after I hadn't skated for like 3 months of being just straight depressed and just steady working, thinking I'm like, okay, my car got stolen, board got stolen with the car, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just like work, get a car, and just like not focus on skating, and I'll be okay. But then that didn't help, and then the first thing I do is I go to Pharmacy Long Beach, I come to you guys, and you guys end up giving me that $100 complete deal, and still kind of let me like tweak a little things, and I just would pay like slightly extra for whatever I wanted different outside of that deal. And it still, worked out for me. And ever since then, I've been able to keep a good and clear mind on my head and my shoulders, and be
Yes,
grateful.
dude.
Yes,
Dude, I'm glad you're there. Like that. That's why I say it's so important. Like for people that are into it, like it is a reason to do something. A reason to be alive. Like it was for me, and it's fucking. Um, I don't know. I'd probably be doing something else, but I wouldn't be having as much fun without a skateboarding shop.
definitely. Do you think personally, like, that skateboarding is getting better or worse? And how is like social media affected it? Or like, do you think social media can be like a good tool or a bad tool in the aspect of how skateboarding has gotten better or has been getting worse, or vice versa?
Ooh, do I think skateboarding's getting better or worse? I think it's getting better, as far as entertainment level, like, and the difficulty of tricks, but definitely the industry side of it, like, is probably on its way up. It's had better days.
Mm.
So, I mean, overall, I love to stay positive about it and just be hyped that that many people know about it now. It was. So I think it's way better now, for sure. I think we live in the best times of skateboarding ever. Like, it's
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Would you say Instagram and TikTok or social media has helped shops or hurt them?
um. Well, it's definitely helped like Instagram and all these social media platforms that kind of showcase what shops have and what where to get this stuff. Definitely helps the shop and helps with growth. Everyone getting eyes on it. So I think it's skateboarding's kind of like saturated, and so we're not seeing as good as skateboarding all the time. Like we're seeing all the skateboarding going down, so it's just kind of like in its growing pains. I think people will ease up on it a little bit to keep that value high, like to keep it simple.
Okay.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps. It definitely helps them.
All right. Is there any anyone you'd like to uh give consideration, a shout out to anybody that like is involved with pharmacy, or specifically Pharmacy Long Beach, locals, skaters, people that skate for the shop, or anybody like that that you want to give exposure to through the interview?
Yeah, definitely. I want to shout out Boo Johnson. Want to shout out Donnie Damron, Jeremy Jorgensen. We got Nate Morris. We got Nate Osborne. We got all the managers at all the shops. I'm not going to say them all. We got Ben Gonzalez, all these guys. But for Long Beach specifically, like the skate team, everybody that comes in and supports, our community with skateboarding, and so that's Kwame, that's AB. We got Orlando. We got Little Jerry. We got Julian. Shout out to Mike Glow for everybody just repping it. Hold on, my dog's choking. It's okay. Breathe through your mouth. So shout out anyone, on the team. We got lawnmowers going. Anyone in the community of downtown Long Beach, everyone at the barber shop, everyone at, Max Muscle, all of our close-knit stores. Shout out all these kids for coming into pharmacy. Shout out to all the adults, for checking us out for their first time, coming out of the gym, or maybe they just see us and pop in. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many people that are responsible for opening that shop. It's hard to name them all, but there's. Are you okay? There's a lot. Sorry, my dog's My dog's probably
Nah, dog is important,
a
bro.
little hot. It's super hot today, so yeah, she don't do good in the heat.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, shout out to everyone that makes that shop possible. Slinks, Gas. Slinks has been there from the beginning, you know, with Boo, and even Miko, who was managing it before me. Shout out him for opening it and making it what it is today.
Wow.
You know, Damien. We got Sean. We got Kay, Miss Kay. We got anyone that helps out. You know, we got Torin always coming and making us laugh with some jokes. You know, the community is big, but it feels small. You know, it's everyone's just comes and hangs out there. So
Family.
It's a family, dude. It's insane. Like, we've shout out all the brands like Plan B, Thank You, Ours Is Yours, Action Footwear when they were in business, RIP. All the brands, you know, that have come through to do events at our shop, like anyone that's ever helped us, dude, like that makes my job, you know, seem a little more possible, is getting help from everyone to do these events. So just shout out all of Long Beach, man.
For real. How about Long Beach?
Yeah. Long Beach. So,
All right. So with that, if Pharmacy Long Beach disappeared tomorrow, what would Long Beach lose?
If Pharmacy Long Beach disappeared tomorrow, it's a sad thing to think about, man. They would, you know, I think of what I would lose as a kid. That's everything. You know, that's your whole skate shop of kind of where you routinely visit. So, you know, it would lose a lot, man. It would lose a lot of fun. Yeah, you know, it wouldn't be easy, and I think that would definitely affect everyone. You know, like I've seen it when other stores like have closed down, like Hollywood. You know, closed down last year, and that's when I was just like, fuck, dude, I'm putting 110, like 120% into this now. Like, I want this to just pop off, you know. So I know kind of what it would feel like from people coming in, and so yeah, it would be missed for sure.
All right. And if you could leave one message with the next generation of skaters coming through that door, what would you want them to know?
Oh man, next generation of skateboarders coming through the door. I would just say do you know, keep skateboarding, keep doing the tricks you like to do because you like to do it, and you know, try not to let any bad influence affect that, because it's already hard to skate. You know, these tricks aren't easy. So if you keep a good influence and be yourself, stay authentic, then yeah, you're gonna probably learn a lot more tricks and probably meet a lot better skaters, you know. So yeah, I would just say do you, and try not to worry about what everyone's doing or how good everyone is. Like, just skate and have fun, and just like Boo says, man, just have fun.
Just have fun. I love that. All right, Matt, I really appreciate you doing this interview with me and shedding so much light on everything, and you know, introducing yourself and Pharmacy Long Beach to the world through One Flow Skateboarding.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Look forward to doing so much more with you guys in the future and covering events and stuff like that, and just pushing the shop and pushing the magazine and seeing what we can do and just keep this culture going, you know.
Fucking A, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. You know, I love talking about this stuff. This is like what I would look at as a kid and just be like, oh, this is what skateboarding is. So no, dude, now we're grown ups doing it. So no worries.
Yeah, now I'm part of it.
Yeah, this dream come true, bro.
Yeah,
so, I'm honored to even take your time up to do this. So thank you.
I don't mind take up some of yours, brother.
All good, man.